Good afternoon and welcome to Edgewater Health Mind, Body, and Spirit Wellness Program. I am Latanya Woodson, the Director of Community Health Education here at Edgewater Health. Guess what? We are in our 5th month. Let's give us a hand for our wellness program here at Edgewater Health. And I am so excited and I'm thankful because we have been hearing so much. You all have been reaching out from the community and expressing and letting us know how the Mind, Body, and Spirit Wellness Program have had a positive impact, not only on your lives, but the lives of family, friends, and the community at large. I would like to thank each of you for your continued support, not only for the community and the support and our patients and clients that come here in person, but for each and every one of you out there that listen to us and tune in on our various social media platforms. So continue as we continue with our wellness program throughout the year. I just want to personally thank you on behalf of Edgewater and our CEO, Dr. Danita Johnson. So let's not hold this program and hold you all. I know that you all are very excited and you're wanting to get into today's presentation. So as you know, the month of May is Mental Health Awareness, and what better way to recognize the month is to present today's topic, the benefits of gratitude. You may be wondering, can expressing gratitude affect your overall well-being? The answer is yes. So please allow me to introduce our featured speaker for this afternoon that will share more insight into the benefits of gratitude. Michael Purtle serves in many capacities throughout the community. He is the program director of Edgewater's New Life Addiction Unit, the executive director of Liberty House Recovery Cafe, and the executive director of Emma House Recovery Home for Women. He received a bachelor's degree in general studies from Indiana University with a concentration in elementary education and management in 2008. He also received his master's degree as a clinical addiction counselor in 2015. Although Mr. Purtle has achieved many accomplishments throughout his journey, his most memorable was one in 1984 when he accepted Christ as his Lord and personal Savior. He currently serves as pastor of the City of Refuge Christian Church. Please help me welcome to the podium, Pastor Michael Purtle.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Woodson. I must say to you all today that I tried to run very hard from this speaking engagement today, but Ms. Woodson would never give up. I said, that's not my concentration. I'm not really familiar with that. Pastor, I know as a pastor, you know something about gratitude. I said, well, yes, ma'am, I do. Okay, I will do it. Tara called me when I was in Jacksonville, Florida, because I was ignoring emails. And so here I am today, but I'm so glad that I have accepted this assignment because the information that I received in this research has been personally beneficial to me, and I know that it will be beneficial to you. I have one rule of thumb in public speaking, and that's to try not to be boring. And so for the next 40 minutes, I'll ensure that you will not be bored. If you go to sleep, it's only because you're tired. This article comes from a this positive psychology journal. And if you would like a copy of this, I'll be glad to email it to you if you just give your email address to Ms. Woodson. But the article starts off by saying, we all want to be happy. Is that right? I woke up this morning happy. I went downstairs about 5 o'clock to my study, and about an hour into studying, this little bow-legged lady came downstairs with my grandson and gave me this big old hug, talking about my wife, says, I love you, I appreciate you, and you're talking about happy. That was just an amazing experience to start off my day. All of us would love to have cushy jobs, a perfect family, financial stability, and a great social life. And in this indefinite pursuit of happiness, in a lot of situations, how many of you know it's just a mirage? People, it would be great if we had never had struggles, we had the greatest job, we were debt-free, all of our bills are paid. That's not always the case, is it? But even in those moments that we find ourselves challenged, it's an opportunity to be grateful. It's an opportunity to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful human emotion. By conveying and receiving simple thank you messages, we can truly derive the pleasure that we seek everywhere. Gratitude derives from a Latin word, gratia, which means grateful and thankful. I must say to each and every one of you, I am grateful and I am thankful for what it is that you do. If it wasn't for what you do, many people in our community would be suffering with no help, feeling hopeless, not knowing what to do. But the fact that they have a place that they can come and receive a service during their time of need is amazing. And with that, I want you to know that I truly appreciate who you are and what you do. Just simply hearing those types of words and sense of appreciation empowers you to feel good about yourself. It empowers you to feel good, what? About your job. Words are very powerful. Thank you. In the simplest form, gratitude refers to a state of thankfulness or a state of being thankful. Gratitude can transform a common day into thanksgiving, turn a routine job into joy, and change ordinary opportunity into blessings. In positive psychology, gratitude is the human way of acknowledging the good things of life. Psychologists have defined gratitude as a positive emotional response that we perceive on giving or receiving a benefit, from someone. Simpler explanations was put forth by Edmonds and McCullough, who said, gratitude is associated with personal benefits that was not intentionally sought after, deserved, or earned, but rather because of the good intention of another person. What are some benefits of gratitude? More positive emotions and thoughts, more aware and awake, increased self-satisfaction, and we're going to talk about it later, how the brain functions and why you can even have an enhanced mood. There are also some physical benefits of practicing gratitude. A stronger immune system, less body pains and aches, optimum blood pressure and cardiac functioning, and believe it or not, better sleep and wake cycles, all by practicing being thankful and being grateful. Robert Broad made a quote and said, enjoy the little things. For one day you may look back and realize they were actually big things. Enjoy the little things in your life. When was the last time you sat back and you inventoried what was going on in your life and said, you know what? I'm just thankful for these situations that's going on. I got a call this morning, said, Pastor, my husband's at the hospital. for a routine heart checkup, but they're keeping him and they're going to have to go through open heart surgery. Now, there are several ways to respond to that. Oh my God, how did that happen? Oh, I'm so sad that's happening. That's horrible. Or we could respond, wow, I'm glad he was able to make it to the hospital. I'm glad that they caught this in time where they could prevent it from getting worse. It's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of how we pursue even those difficult times. And in just, wow, I'm so glad they caught it, makes you feel what? A whole lot better, even about what? A bad situation. Gratitude does improve health. Positive psychology and mental health researchers in the past few decades have established an overwhelming connection between gratitude and good health. Look at what this says. They have found that keeping a gratitude journal causes less stress, improves quality of sleep, and build emotional what? Awareness. Gratitude is positively correlated with more vitality, energy, enthusiasm, and it leads to a more of a hard worker. Gratitude builds professional commitment. Grateful workers are more efficient. So Indiana Recovery Network, they reached out to us and they wanted us to reach out and do some recovery surveys. So I went to my team at the Recovery Cafe. I said, I tell y'all what, we have an opportunity, not we have to do surveys. We have an opportunity to do surveys, and they're encouraging us to do 50 plus surveys within this given period of time. And I tell you what, the person that does the most surveys will get a full day's pay and $100 to go get your stuff done. Do you know it added to their day-to-day responsibilities, but because they were shown some gratitude, I got an email that says, congratulations, you exceeded your survey requirements. You can put your invoice in for your $2,000 what? Dollars. But you know, the staff did it and they were what? Happy to do it because of receiving a thankful gesture that says, thank you for doing something that you normally was not required to do. And what did we have in return? Increased efficiency, increased productivity. In fact, some of my staff, I said, why don't you go over, because they're certified peer coaches, why don't you go over and I want you to apply at Edgewater, become peer coach for Edgewater. They said, no, we're not leaving you. I said, it's more money. They said, no, we're not leaving you. I said, it's more opportunity. Gratitude sometimes, or feeling appreciated, is more valuable than an increased pay in your paycheck. It says, so grateful workers are more efficient, more productive, more responsible. Expressing gratitude in the workplace is a proactive action toward building interpersonal bonds and trigger feelings of what? Closeness and bonding. Employees who practice expressing gratitude at work are more likely to volunteer for more assignments, willing to take an extra step to accomplish their task, and happily work as part of the team. Also, managers and supervisors who feel grateful and remember to convey the same have stronger groups, cohesiveness, and better productivity, all by communicating gratefulness. When we get to the brain, we'll talk about why. We're just not there yet, okay? They recognize good work, give everyone their due importance in the group, and actively communicate with what? Team members. Gratitude make a leader compassionate, considerate, empathetic, and loved what? Among others. Zig Ziglar puts it like this: gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. That's why there was one writer that I read from, and I know this is Edgewater, I'm not a pastor, so I don't want to offend anybody's faith, but there's a reading in scripture that says, in everything, give thanks. In every situation, what? Give thanks. Because that human emotion can give you the strength you need to make it through a difficult time. Gratitude was significant even back in the ancient days. Ancient philosophers and cultures, for an example, in the Roman culture, where Cicero mentioned gratitude as the mother of all human what? Feelings. As an area of neuropsychological research, however, it was a rare subject of concern until the last 20 years. So ancient people realized how important it was in ancient Rome to be thankful, but it seemed to drop by the wayside until about the last 20 years. They're finding that practicing gratitude and being thankful is more beneficial than people had given it credit for. Because most times when people are going through their challenges, they focus more on their challenges and get through it instead of inventorying what's going right and celebrating what? It. Are y'all working with me? So gratitude and the brain. Y'all got to work with me because I'm sort of shy, you know. It says, gratitude in the brain. It says neuromechanisms that are responsible for feelings of gratitude have grabbed the attention in research. Studies have demonstrated that at the brain level, moral judgments involving feelings of gratefulness are evoked in the right anterior temporal cortex. The smart people call it the ATL. This part of your brain enhances your ability to solve problems. Are you working with me? Come on now, come on. It evoked that part of your brain to where it's not just that you get an epiphany or you just happen to find a solution to your problem. It enhances your ability to problem solve and think through a situation knowing that you have what you need within you to accomplish what's before you. Are you working with me? People who have expressed feelings of gratitude have higher volumes of gray matter in the right inferior temporal gyros of the brain. Now I said, I'm not a doctor. What does this higher volume of gray matter means? When there's a higher volume of gray matter in your operating, you have an increased physical activity. You have an enhanced academic ability to achieve. It allows for higher mental processing, and it also enables higher cognitive functioning. That's why it's so important. Even if you have children or grandchildren or people you really care about that you really want to see them make it, give them positive words of affirmation. It will impact them on a neuronal level and challenge them to do better and be better. You got a husband that's struggling and don't know really what the future is going to bring for his family. Speak life to that husband. You got a wife that don't know, really how to accomplish some things in the relationship. Speak life to that wife. Speak life to an individual. It increases the gray matter in the ATL, which will enhance their ability to work through any challenging situation confronted. And what do you get? Increased efficiency, increased productivity, enhanced sex life. Oh yes. And all of that stuff works for you. Are you working for me? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you right now, it all works real good. Help us. So y'all behave. This is a class. So gratitude and the brain, it increases dopamine levels in the nucleus accumbens. Okay? And the nucleus accumbens is an important component of the major dopaminergic pathway in the brain and causes the mesolimbic pathway system, which is stimulated by reward and experiences. And now, what does all of that say? When you give people words of affirmation and when you cause people to feel thankful, it increases the dopamine release in their brain. Just like that, when people do drugs, eat good food, have sex, whatever it is, you make a person feel good. It stimulates that part of the brain and they respond what? Good. They respond what? Better. And so gratitude, when properly employed, it wires and fires new neural connections in the nucleus accumbens. Gratitude, it enhances the dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters responsible for what? Happiness. Gratitude in the brain, it reduces fear and anxiety by regulating the stress hormones. So when you see someone going through a really stressful situation, you don't add to the stress. You make them feel good about going through this situation so that you can get increased and enhanced motivation. Because your words are powerful. The human connections and experiences are what? Powerful. And understand that when we practice gratitude, it will change the functioning of the brain and the way that a person views life. And it goes from a pessimistic attitude to what? An optimistic what? Attitude. Gratitude in the brain fosters cognitive restructuring by evoking positive thinking. Just to sound smart, of which I'm not, I'll read the next part of the article. It says gratitude and neurotransmitters. Emily Fletcher, she's the founder of Ziva. Anybody ever heard that Ziva is a meditation app or whatever? A well-known meditation training site mentioned in one of her publications that gratitude is a natural antidepressant. The effects of gratitude when practiced daily can be almost the same as medication. It produces a feeling of long-lasting happiness and contentment, the psychological basis of which lies at the neurotransmitter level. Come on. I was reading one article and it was talking about how joy, it talks about how joy and laughter and happiness is good like a medicine. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I'll tell you where it is. I got it all the way through. Proverbs 17:22 says a cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's what? Strength. So practice gratitude in every area of your life. By consciously practicing gratitude every day, we can help these neural pathways to strengthen themselves and ultimately create a permanent, grateful, and positive nature, what? Within ourselves, and it doesn't even matter what challenges that we're facing. How can you be so happy? How can you be so thankful and you're in this challenging situation? Because I've learned in all situations to give thanks and to be content. Right? Gratitude and social psychology. Gratitude has a social aspect to it that argues it to be a socially driven emotion. Social psychologists believe it to be entwined with the perception of what we have done for others and what others have done for us. This was a research done by Emmons and McNara in 2006. According to them, gratitude is an emotion that directly targets at building and sustaining social bonding and reinforce pro-social response, what? In the future. So when you express gratitude, it creates an emotional bond between you and others, right? It perceives social support and likability. People like you and they want to be around you. It improves groups dynamic and communication, which equates all to a strong interpersonal connection. How many of you like to be with people that make you feel happy? People that pour into you emotionally. Is that my nurse over there? Is that my nurse back there? Is that my nurse? Yes. I don't go over there too much because I'm sort of backslidden when it comes to work. But I go in there, she just laughs. She says, I'm happy to see you. You know why? Because every time I do my happy dance, I speak life into their life. I bring them food. I'll do whatever. I go get them lunch. I do whatever I got to do for them. So whenever I show up, they light up. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. It's not that I've had to serve 125 clients methadone a day. It just seeing and enjoying my presence supersedes and make her want to come and be at work. It creates a social bond and what? Connection. All by practicing gratitude. If you show up and people disappear, there's a problem. There's a break in social connection. How you fix that is make people feel good about themselves. Sow back into them thanksgiving. Gratitude actually releases toxic emotions. The limbic system is part of the brain that is responsible for all emotional experiences. It consists of the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the amygdala, the hippocampus, the cingulate gyrus. The cingulate gyrus as well. Studies have shown that the hippocampus and the amygdala, the two main site regulating emotions, memory, and body functioning, get activated. They get activated with feelings of what? Gratitude. A study conducted on individuals seeking mental health guidance revealed that participants of the group who wrote letters of gratitude beside their regular counseling sessions felt better and recovered what? Sooner. That's why journaling is so very important. And we'll talk about that maybe if we have time. The other group in the study that was asked to journal their negative emotions instead of writing gratitude letters reported feeling anxiety and depression. Gratitude reduces pain. Counting blessings versus burdens. A study conducted on evaluating the effects of gratitude on physical well-being indicated that 16% of the patients who kept gratitude journals reported reduced pain symptoms and was more willing to work out and cooperate with treatment procedures. Why did they feel less pain? What neurotransmitter activity caused this? Dopamine, serotonin, right? And then what is that drug that they may give a lady that's going through labor? Begin with an A. Let me tell you, I got it in my study. Well, they give you epidural, but it's another name for it. You're in the right lane. I'm gonna get there in the article. But when you practice gratitude, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Say it again. Oxytocin. And so it also, the brain releases that stuff automatically, which will reduce your pain. So somebody that was real smart when they say joy and stuff is just like a medicine, they must have knew what they was talking about. I think that was our creator, actually, that gave man the wisdom to come up with that. But when you practice gratitude, your body automatically produces these chemicals that make you feel what? better. Gratitude improves sleep quality. Studies have shown that receiving and displaying simple acts of kindness activate the hypothalamus and thereby regulate all bodily mechanisms controlled by the hypothalamus, out of which sleep is what? A vital one. Gratitude aids in stress regulations. McCready and colleagues cited in 2004 in one of their studies on gratitude and appreciation found that participants who felt grateful showed marked reductions in level of cortisol, stress hormones. They had better cardiac functionings and was more resilient and resilient to emotional setbacks and negative experiences. It gave them the reinforcement they need to make it through day-to-day challenges. Gratitude reduces anxiety and depression. By reducing the stress hormones and managing autonomic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system functions, gratitude significantly reduces symptoms of what? Depression and anxiety. At the neurochemical levels, feelings of gratitude are associated with an increase, again, of neural modulations of the prefrontal cortex, the brain site responsible for managing negative emotions like guilt, shame, and what? Violence. All by practicing gratitude. The question in this article asks, does gratitude change the brain? The Mindfulness Awareness Research Center of UCLA stated that gratitude does change the neural structure of the brain. And it makes us feel happier and what? More content. Feeling grateful and appreciating others when they do something good for us triggers the good hormones and regulate effective functionings of our immune system. Scientists have suggested that by activating the reward center of the brain, gratitude exchange alters the way we see the world and ourselves. It alters what? Our belief system. Because your belief system is how you see yourself, the world, and what? Others. And by practicing gratitude, it changes your perspective. It challenges us to see the glass half full instead of empty. It challenges us to find the positive instead of the what? Negative. And it will begin to happen automatically for us if we practice this what? Daily. Dr. Alex Korb in his book, Upward Spiral, mentioned that gratitude forces us to focus on the positive side of life. Say the positive side of life. Positive side of life. When we give and receive thank you notes, our brain is automatically redirected to pay attention to what we have, producing intrinsic motivation and a strong awareness of the present. Also, at the neurochemical level, gratitude acts as a catalyst for the neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, the one that manages emotions, anxiety, and immediate stress responses. Oprah Winfrey says this: be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. It's a matter of perspective. Have you ever just met people that complain all the time? Yes. They never seem to come with a prayer. It's just more complaining on top of complaining on top of complaining. We know how to experience and express gratitude. We all need sometimes a little push as a reminder of how powerful and vital gratitude exercises are. In the study, participants was asked to leave notes to people who meant a lot in their lives. For an example, teachers, spouses, or friends. And these notes were not small paper saying just thank you. They had to be detailed and more in depth. Surprisingly, participants could find writing lengthy gratitude notes in less than 5 minutes and reported feeling contentment, after writing somebody else a positive, lengthy note of what they thought and felt about someone. See, cultivating happiness and joy with gratitude is very important. Unhappy people lean more on their weaknesses and struggle with their self-identity. But we must stop doubting ourselves and start celebrating our achievements. Wondering how? Here are some simple examples of what you should do. Number one, you should start appreciating yourself. If nobody else gonna appreciate you, appreciate yourself. I don't know about you, but I like myself. I love myself. I celebrate myself. I don't even need nobody to give me a birthday party. I give myself a birthday party and invite you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm serious. I'll celebrate myself. I said, come on, honey, I'm giving myself a birthday trip. We going to Myrtle Beach. Let's go. She packed up and I celebrate myself. This year I'm going to celebrate myself. I'm taking myself to the Dominican Republic. I'm not asking nobody to give me nothing. Come go with me because I'm going to celebrate what? Me. You got to learn to celebrate yourself. If you're not going to celebrate yourself, why do you expect other people going to do it? I want to know right now, what do you like about yourself that has nothing to do with your performance that you said to yourself this morning before you got here? What did you say about yourself that you like about yourself that has nothing to do with performance that you gave yourself this morning?
You know what? I've been using this cream on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I like that for 75. I think it's doing a good job. I said, I like the way I look this morning.
That's right. There you go. See, I like her. I got up this morning, I said, you know what, I like myself. I'm not just going to put on any colors. I'm not just put on a shirt today. I'm going to put on a pink shirt. I like a pink shirt. And I'm just going to wear what I like. I don't care what you think about me as a man wearing a pink shirt. I like the pink shirt. It's how I celebrate liking me. Stand in front of your mirror and speak out 5 good things to yourself. It can be about your past achievements or your present efforts, your talents and your virtues. Just say the words out loud to yourself. Compliment yourself with words like beautiful, loyal, disciplined, kind, loving, just whatever it is you want to just pamper yourself with. And notice if that makes you feel better. Repeat this as often as you can and watch how it changes your perspective and your experiences in life. Are y'all working with me?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Number 2, a gratitude journal. You might have heard about this before. A gratitude journal is your personal space to pen down all the little and big things in life that you are thankful for. Your gratitude journal can accommodate in your Dear Diary, your daily planner, your online notepad. And as you sit and express gratitude, you will consciously choose to focus on good memories and might even recall some long lost happy moments. There is power in words. So don't overlook small things, no matter how unimportant they may seem. A gratitude journal look something like this, and I have it here. If you want the email, you can get it and you can download it. But in a gratitude journal, it has 4 compartments. It says compliments that I would like to give myself today, current challenges and what I'm learning from them, challenges and what I'm learning from them, people I'm grateful for, and significant assets of my life at what? Present. Just sit back and journal. Do self-care on yourself. See, there was another smart person that wrote a proverb that says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. And those who love it and indulge it will eat the fruit and bear the consequences of what? Their words. And so if you're speaking life over yourself, you're going to reap the consequences of the life that you're what? Speaking. Number 3, gratitude visits. We all have someone who unconditionally support and help that mean a lot to us. We feel as if we owe our happiness and success to them. If you have such a person, he or she may be your friend, your family, or your professional associates. Meet with them at least twice or once a month. I met with, what's your name again? Yeah, Lola. I was talking to Lola before, my brain is somewhere, so I'm messing up with my name. But Miss Janine. And before Miss Janine got here, she said, oh no, me and Miss Janine, we walk every morning. We spend time together. And she wasn't sad or she was happy. We spend time together. We walk, we celebrate what? Each other. Those gratitude visits. People that you know that's going to pour what? Into you. You should have some of those people what? In your life. Do not hesitate to be happy. If you feel happy, don't shy away from it. Remind yourself that you have worked hard enough to achieve this and you truly deserve it. Don't apologize for being blessed. You know, it's not, you know, that you're being arrogant or conceited or anything. No, you celebrate your success and don't apologize for it. Be it a huge achievement or a small success, acknowledge your joy and be thankful for the moment. Happiness makes us stronger and more grateful for what we have. We learn to praise our efforts and prepare ourselves better for facing difficulties in the future, because they're going to come. So you pour in yourself, you build yourself up. So when challenging times come, you have the internal fortitude to make it through it. Does that make sense? Find a grateful buddy for your daily practice. And it can be your spouse, your kids. It could be Lola and Janine or your friends at work. Set aside some minutes every day where you two or more, if you have more buddies, to sit together and discuss the things you are thankful for. Ask questions to each other and open up informally. Sharing thoughts and gratefulness with someone is a great way to sustain motivation and strengthen your what? Emotional what? Yeah, your emotional skills and well-being. How much time do I have? Okay, so I'm gonna go five more minutes. Okay. Anxiety and gratitude. Anxiety is our body's inbuilt wake-up call that alerts us against danger. When fear sets in, our bodies releases hormones that creates the fight-to-flight response. And we react likewise. The brain doesn't get much time to analyze the right or wrong when the adrenaline rush begins, right? The worst upshot of anxiety is that it makes us feel insecure and we start questioning our inner strength. Eventually, coping mechanisms start to fail. If you want to mess up your family, your friends, your wife, your kids, begin to create anxiety in their life. The self-fulfilling prophecy is going to happen. They're going to diminish. Their work form is going to get worse. Their relationship, their emotional level is just going to go away. You're doing a good job. Just create stress in your family's life and see just how fast it deteriorates. Create stress in your department and see just how quick it deteriorates. Just watch it, because it's just sure to happen. In the book, Grateful Brain, author Alex Korb said that our brain is conditioned to function in a repeated way. For an example, a person who worries too much about an adverse outcome will subconsciously rewire his brain or her brain to process negative information only. Subconsciously. Korb has mentioned that our brain cannot focus on positive and negative information at the same time. Recent studies, and I just emailed this to y'all. Recent studies into gratitude and anxiety. These findings got stronger validation after a research study conducted on relationships between gratitude and death anxiety. These findings got that. The experience was conducted on 83 Chinese adults, aged 60 years, who were divided into 3 groups. One of the 3 groups were asked to write gratitude notes and words of positivity. Another was asked to write about their worries, and the 3rd group was given a neutral task. After task completion, the group was exposed to stimuli arousing death anxiety, the inevitable fear that we all suffer from. The results showed that participants of the first group who wrote gratitude notes showed fewer symptoms of death anxiety than the other 2 groups. Re-examination of the results showed that with a grateful attitude in life, we gain acceptance and become fearless of the future. At the neurobiological level, gratitude regulates the sympathetic nervous system. That's that activity that activates the fight, the flight response. That system that activates our anxiety responses, and at the psychological level, it conditions the brain to filter the negative ruminations and focus on the positive. Although the negative was being presented, it conditioned the brain to look past the negative stuff and focus on the positive. Woo! That will be enough for this, I guess. So God bless y'all.
Don't go anywhere, Pastor Purtle. You stay right here. Let's give Pastor Purtle another hand. And the reason why I started to get up, I didn't want you to stop, but I wanted you all to prepare for your questions, because now I want us to ask him questions. And you know what, Pastor Purtle, I'm going to tell you something. With the mind, body, and spirit, what you just spoke about, it resonated on a spiritual level, okay? Because I don't think that we ever take into consideration how much gratitude and being grateful affects our entire well-being. And at Edgewater Health, that's what we do. We minister to the entire body, the mind, the body, and spirit. But what I would like to know is, what do you tell your patients or your people that you counsel in moments of a bleak, what they feel are situations that are bleak? And I know you said we have to find the positive in everything. What do you tell the people that come to you, our clients? Where do we start? Where do we start if we don't know where to start?
Okay. The question is, what do you tell a person in a bleak situation? And so in counseling, you use that eclectic approach, right? And so a therapist may start off using a rational motive, dealing with the belief system and things that have happened in their past. But eventually they have found that solution-focused approach is really effective. And so with everything that you've brought to the table, where can we go from here? And what strengths, what tools do we have now that we can build upon to get to where we want to go and not stay where we are? Mm-hmm. What do you have working for you, vice what hasn't worked? Exactly. And so we have to pull a person from that rational emotive approach to the solution-focused approach as soon as possible.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? And if you could stand And if you can allow yourself to talk loud so we can all hear your question.
I don't know how to ask this question, but I'm torn between guilt, of being grateful, like being arrogant, or, I have another word that is vague now. And then, I was raised like, being braggadocious, being braggadocious. Like, say, for instance, I'm very proud of my family. I have 6 children, and I'm very proud of them. And sometimes I feel this, then I get guilty. I say, why should I feel like this? You know, am I just feel guilty.
Uh-huh.
I feel that way.
If I understand what you're saying to me, ma'am, you're saying that you feel guilty because things are going well?
Sometimes, you know.
Okay.
And I feel sometimes I get so happy. I don't feel I have a right to be that happy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
About my children.
Right.
About my husband. About how things are going in my life.
Right.
And everything, I see other stuff going on with other people, you know.
Right. Do you mind would you be offended if I spoke to you from maybe a spiritual side? Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. I stand before you debt free. I owe nobody nothing. Have a beautiful wife, have kids, church going fine, life is great, loving people, drive a nice truck, don't owe nothing on it. All my kids are fine, grandkids are fine. I thank God for all that, but this is the difference. I realize that it's only by God's grace. And none of it I deserve, but because of the grace of God, He bestowed that on me. I'm going to celebrate that. Not knowing that it just didn't happen in my own power, but if I've been blessed by God. And so I'm going to be blessed. I'm not broke. I have money in my pocket. God bless you. If you don't, I give you some, but I'm not going to feel bad that you're broke and I'm not, because I put the work in. I did what was needed to get to this place in my life, and I'm going to celebrate it, knowing that it came from a higher source. So I'm not going to feel bad. And so you shouldn't feel bad. If you have things going on great in your life, thank you.
I know that it's not just me, it does come from God.
Yes.
I still feel this, for some reason, I still feel this, even sitting here thinking now
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
I feel guilty.
Yeah. Yeah, it was this lady helping this man out, and she poured some very expensive oil on his feet and stuff, preparing him. And he said to her, the poor you gonna have with you always. But this lady have functioned for a greater cause here. And there wasn't anything about, oh yeah, we should have gave. No. This lady has done something great with this expensive situation. Don't apologize for being blessed and good things. If nothing else, use what you have from a place of gratitude and bestow it on others. And you share your gratitude. Now that's what happens. It's when you share your gratitude with others, you don't have to feel guilty because you're giving it away.
So let's get another question.
I'm sorry.
Anyone else?
Too
Another
long.
question. Another question.
No more.
No more questions?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I am just overjoyed at this moment. Let's give Pastor Purtle another hand. That was so insightful. I have sat here and I have written down so much information as far as practicing gratitude in all areas of our life. Self-care, self-motivation, just motivating yourself and just being grateful of the small things, the little things. Waking up in the morning is not little, but if you have nothing else that you can look forward to, just thanking God that we are waking up, our family is healthy, we're healthy, and we are able to be self-sufficient. That is being grateful. One more hand clap for Pastor Michael Turtle. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And on behalf of Edgewater Health, again, I want to thank each of you for joining us in today's discussion pertaining to the benefits of gratitude. I want to thank Pastor Purtle for his insightfulness, for giving us all that information pertaining to the benefits and how that affect our mind, body, and spirit. If you would like to know more about our mind, body, and spirit wellness program, please, please, please follow us on our social media page, also our website. If you have questions for me, Latanya Woodson, please reach out, lwoodson@edgewaterhealth.org. We are already preparing for our June presentation, Men Leading Men to Better Health. We're asking that men reach other men and get here every third Thursday of each month. I want to thank you again. And again, Edgewater Health is here to help the entire person. Thank you.